Sal International here for KnightCap. Quick recap of Army's 35-18 loss here at Michie Stadium in North Texas. Army came into this game at 18-point favorite. And North Texas did a great job of slowing down Army's offense. Defense for North Texas, Army couldn't get much going but with the fullbacks. Toward the middle of the game, there were a lot of 2-yard carries, there were a lot of 3-yard carries that didn't happen. And I guess the first thing we should have talked about were the turnovers. 7 turnovers for Army's offense. I think they fumbled the ball 6 times, lost 3 of them. Ahmad Bradshaw threw 4 interceptions. A couple of them were in the fourth quarter. Coach said Chris Carter wasn't available today. Coach Muggins said Chris Carter was available, but then they evaluated him and said he wasn't available. He has a hand injury. I guess they didn't feel comfortable with Chris holding on to the ball in the slick conditions with a hand injury. So when Army's down, triple option offense is down by 3 scores in the fourth quarter, you need to throw the ball. Chris is their best option throwing the ball, and with him not available, it just didn't go well for Army in the fourth quarter. The interceptions, the first interception went off Edgar Post's hands for a pick 6 the other way for North Texas. That was a big momentum change that gave him a 14-7 lead. And another interception went off Christian Poe's hands near the end zone, lands in North Texas defensive back's hands in the end zone for a pick. Stopped an Army drive. With all the turnovers, and the defense got shredded in the second half on rushing by North Texas. Army's defense gave up -2 yards in the first half rushing. They gave up 204 yards in the second half. North Texas just had it going on with Jeffrey Wilson, 3 touchdowns for Jeffrey Wilson, just gashing Army's defense. Army's defense maybe wasn't in the right position or were missing tackles. Number 2 defense coming into the game against the run in the country, Army. And North Texas just had their way with Army in the second half running the football. Going back to, with all the turnovers, all the yards given up in the second half on the ground, Army's down 28-18 in the fourth quarter and driving. And Ahmad Bradshaw hits Dalton Mendenhall, tight end, with a pass across the middle of the field. And Mendenhall was a defensive linebacker when he came to the academy. Left the team last year, wasn't on the team last year, came back, earned a spot on the team this year, was playing defensive line at the beginning of the season, got moved to tight end about a month ago probably, and the ball was just stripped out of Mendenhall's hands. North Texas recovers, and that was pretty much it for Army. Just a tough game for the Black Knights. They came in here 4-2, win this game. Again, 18-point favorites. Win this game. You're 5-2. You need one more game to secure bowl eligibility. And North Texas came in a hungry team too. They came and hit this game 3-3, looking for another win to get closer to bowl eligibility. And I just think that North Texas looked better prepared. They looked better. They looked prepared for the triple option. They had answers for the triple option. They were forcing Army to throw the ball, which, the conditions weren't terrible, but it's obviously not one of Army's strong suits. And offensively, North Texas didn't do much in the first half. 56 yards of total offense in the first half. Still led 14-10. But that ground game in the second half, they just rode it to victory pretty much. And, you got, as Army, a lot of fans will look at this game and say, this reminds us a lot of last year and years past with the performance, the fumbling, the turnovers, not so inconsistent play on defense. They got to turn it around. Next week they're at Wake Forest next Saturday, and Wake Forest is going to play just as good, if not better, defense against Army. They're a strong defensive team, and it's on the road against an ACC team. The offense has really got to fix itself. The defense has to fix itself. And talking to Jeremy Timp at the press conference after this game, they know they only have 5 games left. They have to win 2 of those 5 games at least to be considered. Some people are saying, well, if they beat Morgan State and another team to get to 6, maybe the Bulls won't take them because they'll have 2 wins over FCS teams. I'm not sure that's completely true. But, now here's the tough stretch of Army schedule. Wake Forest, Air Force, Notre Dame. Can Army win 2 of those games? That's going to be the question we follow in the next few weeks. Again, from Michie Stadium, after Army's 35-18 loss to North Texas, I'm Sal Internado KnightCap, recordonline.com.